I have one sibling. I have an older brother.
I have one sister.
He lives in Chile right now.
I have an older brother. He's 22, and I have a younger sister who's 17.
She was going to be valedictorian, but then she purposefully failed just enough so that she would be third from that, so she didn't have to give a speech. It's like really super intense, and like when you make her angry is like the scariest thing in the world. But like also she is like the most loyal person I've ever met in my life.
Growing up, me and my brother, we never didn't get along, but we never like went out to the movies together really very often. I mean, like every once in a while.
We really didn't get along when I was in when I was younger. Like she was like really mean to me, and I just like loved her so much and like thought she was the best.
I think we got in one fight I can remember, and that's just about who we got the computer.
And then once every like 2 years or so, we'll get in like a giant fucking crazy fight, like a giant like physical, angry, like screaming fight. And then after that, we're pretty much fine for like another 2 years. Early high school, she was like terrible to me, and like hated me, and just like hated me so much, and like was really mean to me. And then we got a lot. Then we got like really close her senior year, and then when she's in college, and like now we're really close.
My relationship with my sister is still a really close one. My relationship with my brother is weird because last year he kind of was, I wouldn't say he was like kicked out of my family, but he kind of took himself out of my family, and I didn't really talk to him a lot for like a couple months, and now I'm trying to get a hold of him again and like rekindle our siblingship, but it's weird.
It's just hard to contact him now because I don't know, the internet is weird in South America, I guess, so we only get to Skype every once in a while. But I love him, and yeah, we got a good relationship.
Like we were really close before that happened, like really close. And my relationship with my sister is still a really close one. I think I got stronger from that happening because we had to like deal with that together. All three of us were really tight, and then he kind of left.
My mom is the nicest person ever. She's so sweet.
My mother, she's a very free spirit. She would definitely get along with all the Hampshire kids. I love the hell out of her. She's a very nice woman. And she is just like the nicest person. She doesn't ever get it about like sexual humor, and she thinks like poop jokes the funniest thing in the world. And if you say urinary tract infection to her, she'll laugh for like 15 minutes. She likes a lot of like Eastern stuff and like horoscopes, and she's really into, she reads palms. She taught me how to read palms as a kid. She's from South America originally.
My mom is kind of a little crazy. She has severe anxiety and depression, and like it kind of gets triggered really easily, and it comes out as like really angry and not so much sad. It's just like pissed a lot, and then when she gets mad at you, it's like a fucking tornado. But she doesn't get mad a lot. She's great. She's probably one of the strongest people I've ever met. She deals with a lot of things and handles them pretty well, considering the things that are going on with her mentally.
But yeah, I absolutely love her. More and more every year, I'm starting to realize how much she's done for me. Well, my parents are divorced. My father, he's definitely different.
It's funny that they're married because my dad's like kind of a sarcastic asshole, but he's like a really good guy. They're both really good parents. I like my parents a lot.
My dad is quiet and a giant teddy bear and one of my best friends.
He's a very straight edge kind of guy, wearing suits everywhere.
He's a really good guy. He's like kind of a sarcastic asshole. He's like always making fun of people, and he's like really cynical in some ways, but he really loves The Wizard of Oz, like more than anything. He loves the song Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
He's quiet, and he's not really someone I go to when I have like an emotional problem, but he's like, if I ever needed him, I could just like go up to him and he'd give me a hug and I'd be fine.
For a long time, I think I was closer with my dad because like he was more of like had a harder time in middle school, so he like got in like high school, and like he sort of gets how I think he had a lot of really similar like like struggles with his brain and attention focus as I did, so he sort of like got it more. Also we'd like really similar taste in music and stuff.
I mean, there's been some family issues with him and the divorce and stuff, but nonetheless, I forgive him for everything he's done. But I love him too. I aspire to be a man like him one day.
Growing up, he was like my role model. My relationship with my parents, like as a unit, is pretty strong.
No, I'm pretty close with both of them.
I tell them pretty much everything. Like, they know a lot that's going on in my life, a lot more than most college students care to tell their parents. They're older and wiser and they can help me figure that shit out. A year ago, exactly, I was
much less, I think I was a lot less mature.
I was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, studying film at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee.
Freaking the fuck out over my finals and being incredibly like depressed, not because of finals. Me and my boyfriend of 2 years broke up, and it was probably like one of the most emotionally like damaging things that ever happened to me, because like that whole year was just a slew of like emotional bullshit. Like, my brother tried to commit suicide, my brother got kicked out of my house, my brother tore my family apart. It was great. And then my boyfriend was like, just kidding, I don't love you anymore, and that was fun.
From looking back a year ago and looking to today, I've changed tremendously as a person. A lot more positive. I was very mean and angry. Got all my angst out, I guess, maybe last year.
But so I was really depressed, and I was considering dropping out of school because I couldn't get any of my work done. But I pulled through and I got my finals done and I got all my evals, and they weren't terrible like I thought they were going to be, so I came back.
I was very angry. Now I'm a lot more positive. But yeah, I've changed a lot, grown up a lot, different values and stuff. You know, time moves so fast, but a lot has changed.
A year ago, I was in Midsummer Night's Dream. That's what I was doing, and it was really, really fun. And it was cool because everyone was sort of learning to love Shakespeare. 2 years ago, I was doing Anne Frank the play, which was the worst thing ever. Oh my god, it is like the worst play ever. It is so terribly written, and it's like Anne Frank's Diary is one of the best pieces of literature ever. How could you make a bad play out of it? But it's so bad.
2 years ago, I was almost exactly as I am now. But going from a year ago, I kind of went through like a weird loop. But now that's a circle. Now I am back and more advanced and mature.
Now I am wrapping up my second year of college. I'm convincing myself that I can still go to school to be a writer, even though I haven't been writing for almost a year. If I could do anything with my life, I would want to be an author. And I'd want to write books that inspire me the way that the books that I read inspired me to be a writer.
Become a story developer for Pokemon?
I would love to be a professional Shakespearean actor. I think that would be the best thing ever. I think Shakespeare is so important, and I think that people who don't like it just say that because they have never seen a good production of it, and I think that everyone can be converted, and it's very important to spread stories.
My writing really inspired my sister to go and be a writer. She really wants to be, she wants to get into photographic journalism, and she really wants to like document people's lives, and she wants to do that through writing too. And she tells me all the time how much my writing has inspired her, and that's probably like the biggest kick I can get out of anything, is just like something that I've created like inspired somebody.
I think stories are some of the most important things, so I really would love to write forever and like be able to like really refine that and maybe publish things and be an actor and then eventually be an English teacher, because pretty much I just think that being taught stories is how you learn kindness and how you learn to appreciate the world. So yeah, writing, acting, and English teaching is all pretty much telling stories in different ways.
And that's what I want to do. I want to be an author and I want to inspire people that way.
I love Pokemon. Games are just rehashes of the old games, and I feel like they're missing a whole market of kids that used to play the game when they were kids. If I could do anything, I would take Pokemon and I would turn it into something else, something more mature.
The point of life is to be alive.
Someone asked me this the other day, what the point of life was, and I said that you should try to be good to everyone around you, so that no matter what, you're spreading more good than you are bad in the world.
Some people think that life doesn't have a purpose and that you're just kind of here and you're just kind of living. And some people think that there's like a higher purpose or whatever.
And whether there's a God or not, I think is a little irrelevant. Like, I personally think there probably is something, but I think it's a little irrelevant because I think you should just be the best person you can be, not because you think there's something there, but because you want to be. So I think that's kind of that.
But I think that you live life to try to make yourself as happy as possible.
I just kind of want everyone to be happier. People, I think, even though they don't show it or admit it, I think people are really sad all over the world.
I think everyone's trying to be happy.
And I just like to, cheer as many people up as I could.
I do think everything happens for a reason. I know that I just said that it doesn't, I think that believing in God is a little irrelevant, but I have to think that everything happens for a reason.
I don't think things happen for a reason, because I think things just happen. I think shit just happens.
I think there is some reasons to some things.
It's just really just coincidence, because
that might be too much of a coincidence to, overlook. It might be serendipity. It might have happened for a reason. I like to believe that we have free will, even though it's kind of hard to.
I do think people have free will.
But I don't think there was someone there that put me here. I think I put myself here.
I took a philosophy class and about free will, and it totally just pooped all over my philosophy just poops over their idea of free will, basically.
I believe that people are the masters of their own fate.
It's really scary to think determinism is just it's kind of scary, but I like to ignore things like that and believe. You always got to believe sometimes, The most significant relationship I've had is with my broadcasting teacher in high school.
My relationship with my little sister is probably the most significant to me because she has been someone that's obviously been constantly in my life since I was 3.
I think my relationship with my really close friend Jake Marsden has been very, very, very significant in my life.
Who was my mentor for 3 years.
I've been able to see her grow from being a brand new baby to being a 17-year-old girl, and I was kind of self-centered as a kid, and I kind of didn't like her because she was the youngest child and she got everything she wanted, and I was just that jaded middle kid.
And I guess all my high school I was kind of shut down by authority a lot. A lot of my ideas were kind of pushed out of the way, and my friends and everyone liked my videos and stuff I would make, but teachers did it, and adults didn't, and people in authority didn't. So I kind of was in this state where I felt like I would never ever be accepted by authority.
My relationship with her, I think, is probably my most significant because over the past few years, especially since we were in high school together, me and her really bonded over a lot of really charged emotional drama that was going on in my house, and a lot of it pushed us together as a unit, fighting not necessarily against my parents, but butting next to them, I guess, and we kind of really had to work together as a team, and both of us were not emotionally ready for that.
My relationship with my off and on boyfriend of the last 3 years has been very, very, very significant in my life and my development as a person.
Just having that forced upon us kind of made us closer, and we've definitely bonded so much. I miss her a lot whenever I'm not at home, which is constantly.
Until he gave me this award that only it once in every 10 years, the most valuable broadcaster award for our television station, and it kind of just changed my life because I realized that I had some potential.
One time when I was little, it was the first production of this play I was in, and it was this play with like all these grown-up people because someone with ORP was stage managing for this grown-up people show, and I was the only kid in it, and everyone older than me was like 30, and I was 7, and my dad, he wasn't gonna come to the first performance. Like when I was 7, I was like, Dad, will you please come? Like it's my first show, and he was like, I'm sorry, blah, like I'm gonna see other ones, like it's gonna be fine. And then he came to the show, and afterwards he said, you know, I just thought about what my dad would have done, and my dad would have not come to see the show. He didn't have the best relationship with his dad.
So Sam is, or was, my best friend. I spent a really long portion of my summer dating my boyfriend. He was treating me like shit. Randomly, one day, Sam was on Facebook. For some reason, I clicked on his name and I was like, why are boys so stupid? And we just talked for like 3 hours about my relationship with Dan, and he was really comforting and really there for me, even though he barely knew who I was. So we literally spent the entire rest of the summer just talking to each other. He is a constant pit of emotions, and he's constantly going through something, no matter what it is, and I was always really there for him, and he was there for me by, like, in the same way. At some point in that whole mess of being helpful best friends, we started fucking, which is probably the worst decision I could have made. The entire time we were going through it, like, we're both telling each other, this doesn't mean anything, like, this is just sex, this is nothing. And he's like, I don't have feelings for you. I know you probably have feelings for me because, like, there's no way you're this nice to me if you don't. We got to a point where, like, I was finally starting to get over, like, whatever feelings I had for him. He started being less of a nice person to me. He realized I wasn't, like, in love with him. I wasn't trying to get him to have, like, whatever feelings he didn't have for me. And he got really upset about it. I think he realized that I was finally, like, getting over whatever feelings I had for him, and finally our relationship was what he wanted it to be. For the longest time he never really wanted me to have feelings for him, and I did. And it finally was that way, and then he realized that's not what he wanted, because he really did want me to, like, be a sad puppy that followed him around all the time, and I stopped. So he just decided that that wasn't the thing he wanted anymore. He started dating this girl, Kat, who is, like most of his ex-girlfriends, really emotionally unstable, and he feels the need to, like, save her in a way, and she's draining him emotionally. He spent all of his time with her, and then I got a significant other, and I stopped spending all my time with him. He thought I was abandoning him, which I wasn't, and I never saw it that way. And I mean, I always had my door open to him if he ever wanted to walk through it, and he just never did. And he blamed me for abandoning him, and I just couldn't deal with that anymore. So he was out of my life, sort of, and not talking to me.
I think that I am meant to spread stories and try to help people, and try to be kind, and that's pretty much that, I guess.